My child, stop for one moment. Not because an app told you to, but because I have been waiting at the door of your heart, and tonight you finally slowed down enough to hear me knock. You feel invisible. I see you completely. You have learned to smile so no one asks the real question. You have learned to say I am fine when your chest is heavy. You have become an expert at being present in a room while feeling like no one would notice if you quietly disappeared. My child, I have counted every hour you spent feeling forgotten, and not one of those hours escaped my attention. If you have ever felt unseen, type Amen right now. Not for likes, not for a number, but as a whisper back to me that says, I am still here, Lord. I am still listening. I want to hear your voice rise from the silence you have been carrying. You think the ache you feel is loneliness, but loneliness is only the shadow. The real thing casting it is a lie you have believed for far too long. The lie that you must earn your way into being loved. You have poured yourself out for people who forgot to pour anything back. You have shown up for others while quietly wondering who would ever show up for you. And somewhere along the way, you began to believe that being needed and being loved were the same thing. My child, they are not. You were loved before you were ever useful to anyone. I know the nights. I know the ceiling you have stared at while the whole house sleeps. I know the ache that visits you in the quiet, the one you cannot explain to anyone because it has no clean name. It is not sadness exactly, and it is not fear exactly. It is the hunger of a soul that was made for connection and has been surviving on scraps. I did not create you to survive on scraps. I created you for my presence. You have wondered where I was in the empty seasons. You called out and heard nothing and assumed the silence meant absence. But my child, I was never absent. I was the reason you were still standing when standing made no sense. I was the strange peace that came at 3 in the morning when everything told you to panic. I was the small kindness from a stranger that arrived on the exact day you almost gave up. I have been speaking your whole life. You were simply taught to expect me to shout when I have always preferred to whisper. Let me tell you what loneliness has been trying to teach you, because pain is never wasted in my hands. Every season you spent alone, I was clearing room. I was removing the crowds so you could finally hear one voice clearly. Mine, the people who left, the doors that closed, the friendships that faded. I did not always cause them, but I have used every one of them. I was pruning a vine so it could carry more fruit than it ever could while tangled. What felt like rejection was often protection you could not see yet. If this is reaching the deep place in you, comment 3 words below, I am seen. Say it out loud as you type it. There is power when your mouth agrees with my promise. And when you scroll and see others typing the same 3 words, remember, you are not as alone as the enemy wanted you to believe. My child, hear this clearly. The enemy of your soul has one favorite weapon against you, and it is isolation. He knows that a sheep separated from the flock is the easiest to discourage. So he whispered that no one understands you. He whispered that if people saw the real you, they would leave. He whispered that your prayers bounce off the ceiling. Every one of those whispers had a single goal: to keep you alone long enough to forget who you are. Tonight that assignment is broken. Tonight the lie loses its grip because I am telling you the truth about yourself now. and truth always wins in the end. You are not too much. You are not too broken. You are not a burden that people tolerate. You are my child, knit together on purpose, wanted before the foundation of the world, and I do not make mistakes when I make a soul. I knew your name before your parents did. I numbered the hairs on your head. I collected your tears in a bottle because they mattered to me even when they mattered to no one else. I want you to feel something loosen in your chest right now. That tightness you have carried like a second heartbeat, let it go. That weight on your shoulders you cannot set down, hand it to me. You were never meant to carry the ache of feeling forgotten by yourself. Give me the years you spent believing you did not matter. Give me the birthdays that felt hollow, the holidays that felt heavy, the crowded rooms where you felt most alone. I am not asking you to explain them. I am asking you to release them. I know you are tired of being the strong one, the one everyone leans on, the one who holds it together while quietly falling apart. My child, you can lay that armor down with me. You do not have to perform for my love. You do not have to be impressive to be kept. Come to me just as you are tonight, weary and honest, and I will give you the rest that people and distractions and endless scrolling could never give you. If you believe, I am speaking to you tonight. Share this message with one person who feels forgotten. Somewhere out there is a soul sitting in the same silence you know so well, convinced that no one remembers them. Your obedience could be the exact knock at their door that I used to reach them. You have received comfort, now become the comfort. That is how the lonely stop being lonely. They carry each other back to me. Let me remind you of a woman who once sat where you are sitting. She had spent years being everyone's shoulder and no one's priority. She served in every room and cried in the empty one. She told herself she had made peace with being alone, but every night the ache told the truth. One evening, worn all the way down, she simply whispered my name into the dark, not a grand prayer, just my name. And I met her there. Nothing about her calendar changed overnight. What changed was that she was never alone in it again. The same silence that had frightened her became the place she loved me most, because she finally understood I had been in it the whole time. My child, I am doing the same for you tonight. I am not moving you out of the quiet. I am moving into it with you. Feel the difference beginning already. Watch what I am about to do in the empty places of your life. The connection you have been starving for, I am preparing it, but I will not hand you counterfeit company that leaves you emptier than before. I am sending people who see you, the real you, not the mask. I am closing chapters with people who only knew how to take and opening chapters with people who know how to stay. The season of one-sided love is ending. The season of belonging is beginning. But hear me, my child, human love was always meant to be a river, never the source. If you go to people to fill the hole only I can fill, you will keep leaking no matter how full they seem. Come to the source first. Let me be the ground you stand on, and every other relationship will finally rest on something that does not crumble. I will never leave. I will never grow tired of you. I will never look at your worst day and reconsider whether to keep you. My love has no exit. The heaviness that greeted you this morning does not have the final word tonight. The name the world may have forgotten, I have written on the palm of my hand where I cannot forget it. The chair that felt empty beside you, I have been sitting in it the whole time. You were never facing the dark alone. I was there in the room, closer than your own breath, waiting for you to turn and see me. So let this be the night the ache changes its meaning. Let it stop being proof that you are forgotten and start being the very place you meet me most tenderly. The lonely place is not your punishment. It is becoming your sanctuary, the quiet chamber where you and I finally talk without the noise of the crowd. If mercy is touching you right now, subscribe and stay close, because I am not finished speaking to you. What began tonight is the first word of a longer conversation, and I have more to say to the one who thought no one was listening. Do not walk away from a table that is finally set for you. Now receive my blessing over your lonely places. May you feel my presence fill every empty room you enter. May you wake tomorrow and know, before your feet touch the floor, that you are held. May the lie of isolation lose its voice, and may my truth become the loudest sound in your mind. May the right people find you, and may the wrong weights fall away. May your heart, so long convinced it was alone, learn the steady comfort of a father who never leaves. My child, say it with me now, out loud where the silence used to live. I am not forgotten. I am not invisible. I am seen, I am known, and I am loved by the God who never once looked away. You have crossed from the shadow into the light tonight, and you will not walk back into the dark the same person who walked in. I am with you. I have always been with you, and I am not going anywhere. This is the night you stopped feeling forgotten and started feeling found. Rest now, my beloved child. You are home.